Hello and welcome to Bright Wings, children's books to make the heart soar. I am your host, Charity Hill. The purpose of this conversation is to help mothers and fathers identify books that will liberate their children to embrace truth, goodness, and beauty. Today, July 14th, my husband Connor and I are celebrating 18 years of marriage. It's pretty exciting. Our marriage is old enough to buy lottery tickets. Yeah, I feel pretty lucky. I really feel like I already won the lotto by being married to Connor, honestly. In fact, that was one of the biggest surprises early on. Both of us had come from really hard dating relationships, really hard, where we were just the one that was always turning themselves inside out. And so the biggest surprise to us when we fell in love with one another was how easy it was. It felt too easy. There was just so much joy. And it felt we were really experienced each other as a gift. Just so gratuitous. Because we knew it didn't have to be this way. We knew it was a gift. We didn't make it up. It was the Lord's own doing, and it was marvelous in our eyes. I mean, we were doing the right things, and our eyes were wide open. But it still was much more a gift than it was a task. I once heard a wise priest say, someone from the Austin diocese, I heard him say when he was talking to a group of college students that marriage, you don't have to make it any harder than it is. Marriage is hard enough. So if you're preparing to run a marathon, he said, marathons are hard enough. You don't need to go into the shoe store and buy the most and then pick out the most uncomfortable pair of running shoes to run the marathon in. And I just love that analogy. Just really experienced Connor and our marriage as a gift. Who he is such a gift to me. One of the features of our relationship from the beginning, and it is something that we have protected as we've been married for, now 18 years, is unity. Unity is one of our core values. And we protect it through conversation. We're pretty good at communicating, and we protect it through forgiveness for when we've stunk at communicating well, or when we've hurt each other. Certainly, unity has been one of our core values. So really, the gifts of our marriage, the gift of unity, even the gift of our love for one another. Our love is a response to Him who has loved us first. It is with His love that we love one another. I can't really talk about my marriage or my love for Connor, my husband, without talking about my faith, without explaining that as a Catholic Christian, I believe that in the sacrament of marriage, Christ has come to meet us. He has come to meet us and has infused into each of us His own love for the church. So Christ in me loves the church in Connor. Yeah, I know we don't usually think of it that way. But Christ in me loves the church in Connor. And Christ in Connor loves the church in me. And that love, the love of Him who has loved us first, who has sought us and given His life for us, and who has redeemed human love, has purified that love and poured it into our hearts. So, celebrating 18 years, and I wanted to share my joy with you today. I also wanted to kind of give a shout out to my beloved. And then to do that, I want to share this great poem with you. And this poem has a history in my marriage, actually. It's quite funny. So let me tell you about it. The poem is called The Dance of Obedience. It's a poem by a French woman named Madeleine Delbrêl. And I first met this poem in the summer of 2005. Some Christian young adult friends had gathered after a dance to talk about their experience of dancing and to talk about their experience of faith. And Connor had offered this poem to the group that was sitting around. I know, who does that? Who offers a poem to the conversation? But he did. You'll have to imagine 20-something-year-old Charity with big stars in her eyes. And the poem, as you will see, begins with the 14th of July. Well, we loved the poem and we thought it was interesting and beautiful. A beautiful reflection of God's spousal, desiring, romantic love for us. And then we forgot all about it. Forgot all about it for a couple of years, in fact. Well, the crazy thing is, we forgot all about this poem. And what day did we get married on? We got married 2 years later on July 14th. If you're French, you know that July 14th is Bastille Day. So this brings up really lovely questions about what sets you free. When you freely bind yourself to another person, are you more free? How is freedom fulfilled? Where is freedom most truly free? Please enjoy The Dance of Obedience by Madeleine Delbrêl.
It's the 14th of July and everyone's going to dance. Everywhere for months, for years, the world has been dancing. The more we die, the more we dance. Waves of wars, waves of dancing. There's quite a lot of commotion. The serious people have gone to bed. Monks and nuns are reciting the matins of St. Henry the King. But I am pondering over that other king, King David, who danced before the Ark of the Covenant. For if there are a lot of holy men and women who don't like to dance, there are a lot of saints who felt compelled to dance. They were so happy to be alive. St. Teresa with her castanets, St. John of the Cross with the child Jesus in his arms, and St. Francis before the Pope. If we were happy with you, Lord, we would be unable to resist this urge to dance that spreads over the world. And we would be able to discern how it is you would like us to dance by following the steps of your providence. I think that maybe you're getting tired of the sort of people who talk about serving with the air of an army sergeant, who talk about knowing you with the air of a professor, who talk about reaching you with the rules of a game, who talk about loving you like people love each other in a tired old marriage. One day, when you felt the need for a change, you created a St. Francis and you made him your juggler. So now we have to let you recreate us, to be the glad-hearted people who dance their lives with you. To be a good dancer with you, as with anyone else, it's not necessary that we know where it will lead. We only need to follow, to be cheerful, to be light, and above all, not to be stiff. We don't have to ask you for explanations about the steps that you choose to take. We need to be like an extension of yourself, quick and alive, and pick up the rhythm of the music through you. We must not desire to push ahead at all costs, but allow ourselves to be spun, to be moved to the side. We have to know how to pause and slide and not walk, and the steps would be rather clumsy if they were not in harmony with the music. But we tend to forget the music of your spirit, and we turn our life into a gymnastic exercise. We forget that in your arms, life is something to be danced, that your holy will is inconceivably creative, and all monotony and boredom is left to the old souls who play the wallflower in the joyful ball of your love. Lord, come ask us to dance. We're ready to dance this errand for you, these accounts to do, this dinner to prepare, this vigil to keep when we would prefer to sleep. We're ready to dance for you the dance of work, the dance of heat, and later the dance of cold. If certain melodies are often played in the minor key, we won't tell you that they're sad. If others leave us a little breathless, we won't tell you that they knock the wind out of us. And if other people bump into us, we'll take it with a good laugh, knowing well that that's the sort of thing that happens when you're dancing. Lord, teach us precisely where in this endless novel which has begun to unfold between you and us, the peculiar ball of our obedience takes place. Strike up the great orchestra of your designs, wherein everything you allow sends its strange music into the peace of your will. Teach us every day to dress our human condition in the dancing gown you love to have us wear, adorned with all its details like so many priceless jewels. Make us live our life not like a game of chess where every move is calculated, not like a contest where everything is difficult, not like a math problem which makes our head hurt, but like an endless celebration where our meeting with you is constantly new, like a ball, like a dance, in the arms of your grace, in the universal music of love. Lord, ask us to dance.